So if you watch mainstream media, then you will believe that everything Democrats are saying are true, that Elon Musk and what Doge is doing and what Donald Trump is doing is nefarious, unconstitutional, and terrible. But there are some Democrats who don't agree. Let's rotate.
And also, as much as I want to throw all of Trump's campaign promises in his face, like the price of eggs is not down, you have not ended the war in Ukraine, et cetera, you said he'd do it in 24 hours. I think most voters get that it was a shtick and they're going to give him some time to actually get things done.
Trump is he is moving so fast. They are doing a lot. It is not just the perception of it. They hit the ground running in a serious way.
Now, these guys are from a podcast called Pod Save America, and they all worked for Barack Obama, the Democratic darling, the kingmaker, his speechwriters, etc. These guys are Democrats, as Democrat as you can get. They live out in California, and they're saying that Donald Trump is moving at light speed. Donald Trump is delivering on his promises to the American people, and whatever the mainstream media may want to say about it, the truth is this man is doing stuff that most politicians can't do because they just don't want to or they don't have the skills. But everything he's promised that he was going to do when he was running, he's actually doing it. Let's rotate.
It's like genuinely impressive in a dark and sinister way, but it's nonetheless impressive. And if you're turning on the news every day and hearing about all these different things Trump is doing and all the different criticisms coming out of it, you may not like all of it, but like in comparison to how people felt about Joe Biden.
Pause. Like he's just said, maybe you don't like some of the things that Donald Trump is doing, but isn't there at least some recognition that should be granted for a politician that's actually doing something that they promised they would do? Because most don't. How many times have you voted for a local politician, statewide politician, or hell, even the president, and they say, oh, we're going to do all these amazing things, and then they never do the amazing things because it was never their intent to do the amazing things that they promised to do. They just wanted your vote. What Trump said or is doing, I want your vote. He said that when he was campaigning, and now that he's won, he's saying, well, now that you've given me your vote, you've elected me, I'm going to deliver on the things that I told you I was going to do. And he is doing it. Despite whatever criticism you see from the mainstream media, from Democrats, he's doing what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris cannot do, and that is deliver on the things that they promised to the American people. Let's rotate.
Being basically absent, I imagine for a lot of people, it's a welcome change.
The energy, and he's signing things, and he's affected all that.
Pause.
I think
A welcome change. That's so important what he said, right? For most people, it is a welcome change because as I was just saying, how many of us have voted for somebody and we thought, man, this guy or this woman, they're going to kill it. They seem like they're the best person in the world for the job. They have all of this amazing experience. They're saying all the right stuff. That's another thing about politicians. If their lips are moving, you know that they're lying. Just remember that. But how many of us fall for that trap that when we see something, it looks good, the campaign ad is amazing, they have this beautiful, amazing story, and then they get in there and then they don't do anything. And for a lot of people out there, they just disengage from the process. They just say, you know what, I'm going to step back. And so when they step back, then only a few people vote. And so then that person and people like them just keep winning elections over and over and over again. And it just becomes cyclical, them not doing anything. So then over time, you start to ask yourself, well, why aren't we accomplishing anything? Well, it's easy because the people that promised when they were running for office that they were going to do these great, amazing, magnificent things have now gotten into office and they're not interested in doing those things. And because so many out there have disengaged from the process altogether, and look, I get why. It's frustrating. It's that determination that you had when you were voting and getting other people to vote, you no longer have because you feel disappointed. I get it. But when that disappointment leads voters to not being engaged, then those really bad politicians who don't do anything but just make empty promises, they keep winning elections over and over and over again. Voter apathy sets in. And when voter apathy sets in, there is no accountability for politicians who aren't doing anything. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, man, I'm just so tired of that. Like so many of us in this country work so freaking hard, man. So hard to take care of our responsibilities, to take care of our families, to be involved and engaged in our communities. And for a lot of people out there, they just want stuff to just work. They just want to know when they leave their house, there's not going to be potholes in the road. They just want to know when the government has taken 30% of their taxes or whatever the heck they take. They just want to know that that money is being used wisely. They want to know that when that money is going to HUD, that they're taking care of our homeless vets and our homeless. They want to know that when that money is going to agriculture, that we're getting good, healthy food, that sustenance that we need to survive and to raise our families on. They want to know that when that money is going to the Pentagon, that it's going to the most lethal force in the world, and not the fact that the Pentagon can't even pass an audit, yet they get the most money out of the federal government. People want to go to sleep and then wake up knowing, everything is cool. I can trust the people that I voted for. They're doing their job, taking care of us. But the reality is that is not the case. And yet here comes Donald Trump saying, I campaigned on all of these things. I'm actually going to do them. And he's doing them. And Democrats may say that he's not, but you got the Pod Save America guys, the Obama guys, saying, holy smoke, this man is moving at light speed in ways that we have never seen a politician ever do. And he's actually doing it in a way that shows to the people who voted for him that he respects those people and he wants to deliver based on the promises he made to those people. And that's something that most politicians never, ever do. Let's rotate.
That is playing extraordinarily well.
I
Like,
know.
you don't want to seem like you're opposed to government efficiency, but obviously now they're just rampaging through like the government Venmo and shutting shit off
Yeah.
left and right.
It
I'm not
is-
saying they're wrong. I'm just lamenting our situation.
Me too. No, I love it. I felt the same way because I've seen the messaging memos, and it's like, you know, the young people, Gen Z, they like Doge and what Elon's doing because, you know, they see government as sclerotic and inefficient, and they like the move fast and break things ethos, and they want to get stuff done, and they like the results. And it's like, yeah, yes, of course, we all want that. We all know that government is slow. We all know that government can be inefficient. We all know that the bureaucracy can be bloated. We all worked in the fucking White House. We tried to reorganize the government. We tried to find efficiency. It's hard to do.
And honestly,
I wish
some
they-
of this is
Now, that is John Favreau. He was Obama's speechwriter, at least one of his main speechwriters. And you look at what he said. People know that the government is sporadic, inefficient, slow, and bloated. And then he said, we tried. By we, he means the Obama administration tried to handle all of this. And they couldn't even do what Donald Trump is doing. And Barack Obama, you know, he's a good politician. Whether you like his politics or not, the guy is very talented. He couldn't even do what Trump is doing. And they're saying, say what the hell you want to say, but Donald Trump is crushing it right now. Whether you agree with it or not, this is what politicians should do. Deliver on their promises and do it at light speed. Shake this mess up and make it work. Let's roll the rest of the tape.
pretty annoying because it's some of the stuff we should have done.
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, you could do some of
No,
this.
you just got to talk Gen Z to him. You're like, I could dig these Doja Cats. Okay?
Oh my God, that was horrible.
no.
That was funny. I can dig some of these Doja Cats. I mean, he's right. And as you heard him say, they're doing what we should have done. Because everybody in Washington, D.C. knows that the government is inefficient, ineffective, bloated, sporadic. It just doesn't get things done. They tried to do in the Obama era. They were not successful. Here comes Donald Trump doing it, and he is successful whether you like it or not. And among a lot of young people out there, they're like, you know what? I look at the federal government and I see, holy smoke, this thing doesn't work well. Go in with a wrecking ball, wreck it all up, and rebuild and make it better. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. A bull in a china shop to make that place way better than it ever could have been before. Well, thanks for watching. I'm Shermichael Singleton. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Donald Trump delivering on his promises. Whether you agree with what he's doing or not, isn't it about time that a politician actually commits to doing what they said they were going to do? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.